Good evening and welcome to the City of Charlestown Redevelopment meeting for February 10th, 2026. Everyone please rise and begin with the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Betty Fay.
Here.
Molly Brooks.
Here.
John Spencer.
Here.
Chuck Eaton. Here. Derek Combs is also present. We have a quorum. You're provided a copy of the minutes from our previous regular meeting and executive session.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We provided a copy of the claims for the previous month. I ask for a motion to approve claims.
Make a motion. A second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion on claims? None. I ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone signed up for public comment? No. Moves us on quickly to the consultant report. Jill?
Thank you. I'll highlight a few things in the report that I sent out. So Hyde Jackson and Christianity Parkway. So I think we are at the end of what we have allowed United Consulting to move forward with as far as the environmental document and the geotech report. I have a meeting with them next week to talk about some cost saving measures that they think could be applied to that project. However, at this point in time, the city doesn't have the funds to move forward with that with the proposed estimated costs, but I'll report back once I meet with them. The facade program, I did get an inquiry from one property owner that has 4 separate addresses about how that should be structured. So I've given them some direction to go ahead and apply for as if it were 4 separate facades. It looks like from the rendering that was given to me, I don't know if that's going to be an application or not. I'm assuming that it's for the entire building. It would all look the same. So I've felt that if they prepared it in that way, you all wanted to do something different, then at least you could at that point. So
Makes sense.
We'll see if that really gets turned in or not. At 501 Market Street, which is the parking lot, the ADA accessible parking lot, we're still in the midst of trying to schedule that walkthrough. The contractor submitted their invoice at the end of December, but that was for 100%, but we're not releasing any payment until they have a walkthrough with the inspector.
Weather's not been cooperative, so you blame it on the weather problem.
Well, it was weather before Christmas, then weather after Christmas, and then there was a flurry of emails in January before the snow, and then the snow came.
So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, so, I mean, there is, and their payment is still there. I mean, they still are owed the money, so there's incentive for them to get that together. And there's some type of erosion control that they had not done as well, so I'm sure that's hard to do to fix when there's snow on the ground. So we're still withholding that payment until we get that report. And the last thing is that we will start putting together your 2025 annual report. We put that together, submit it to the clerk treasurer's office, and then the clerk treasurer's office uploads it to the LGFR before April 15th. And then we generally have a public presentation that you're required to do once a year, generally in June. So if anybody has any questions about any of that or anything else on my report, I'd be glad to
Thanks, Joe.
answer.
Thank you, Jill.
Appreciate the way that you're handling Springville Land as well. I mean, I'm not being facetious, I'm serious.
No, well, thank you.
All right, thank you for the report, Jill. Moving on to old business, we have a Springville Manor update.
So what we have and submitted in your packet was a letter to go to the to David Hayes Jr., Christopher Hayes for 101 Jackson Way. David Hayes Sr. Passed away, and so they still do owe that forgivable, or not, excuse me, the loan that they had on that. This is not unlike the other letters that have been sent to those survivors of people out at Springville Manor. So I would just, I don't know if Amy has anything she wants to add, but I know we're gonna have one more as well, but this is for 101 Jackson, that I would ask you to give the commission president authorization to sign this letter, and then we'll send it certified mail return receipt.
I make a motion that we give the president authority to sign that letter.
I'll make a second to that.
Motion and second, any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
The other one is, oh gosh, I'm gonna blank the address. I think it's 107 Jackson.
Yeah.
The daughter of the person that lived in the home has been working diligently to get an attorney. I think she's on her second one now, to set up in state for that. So once that happens, she's been in contact with FBT on that for the last month or so. So I think that one, you'll see that sooner rather than later.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, moving on to new business, we have a presentation for the gazebo renovation with Wheatley Group and Ben White.
Yeah.
Welcome, Ben.
Hey guys, girls. So, Jill, did you give them?
I gave them the email that you sent, and Charles is gonna put those up, but I have another printed copy of those pictures if anybody wants it.
So, my company, Sunnyside Decks and Outdoor Living, has been in contact with Treva, with Senate Bill 1 and everything last year. I know the financial strain that it's put on Charlestown, so I approached her and told her that I would be willing to redo the gazebo and the grounds out there around it. Labor-free, no labor cost to the city whatsoever. The works that I'm working with, my partners and my suppliers, is getting the material at a limited cost. I'm pushing for no cost. I know I've gotten the lumber for the structure and everything at no cost. So depending what you all decide and what the city wants as far as lighting, pavers and stuff like that, I'll be able to go back and ask my suppliers, for cost on that and try to get it either at free or low, just to help the city of Charlestown out. I know the gazebo out there now that's existing it's dilapidated, it's not safe for the community, it's not ADA accessible. So I propose to Treva that we take and instead of building like a deck surface, lower that down and do pavers in the middle. And, I have options. The string lights came off of the conceptual rendering that I was given. So we could do the string lights, we can do low voltage lighting in the pavers, we can do low voltage in the gazebo. The picnic areas where outside of the clover leaf, I'm willing to go as far as doing the pavers and everything in that area. What my goal is everything within that square redoing for the city. I just need y'all's input.
So I take it that Treva and Charles probably, this is all makes sense in terms of the Christmas and all that we're trying to do. So you guys have consulted on that, I'm sure. I know Treva mentioned it several meetings ago.
Yes, we Benjamin actually got the measurements of the roof and the gazebo. So the structure that he's proposing is the exact same footprint of the existing gazebo.
Yeah.
And Charles and Jill have worked with the design of the commons, where the brains that currently go within the gazebo will go to the back area
We talked about
behind the
that,
stage.
yeah.
So the plan would be to leave the gazebo, even if it's the same gazebo that's out there right now, to leave it open during the Christmas season so
Right.
people can actually go up under the gazebo in the future at Christmas. And create a same kind of ambiance under a gazebo cover that, like we have down in Greenway Park, where there's a gazebo cover where people can go up under.
So
And
obviously,
Benjamin also made sure that we measure, because we didn't wanna lose the benches that we currently have under the gazebo. And these wall measures would, the benches that are on the gazebo would still fit under this proposed gazebo.
okay,
The layout and the structural post on the gazebo that, you know, we would rebuild would be the same footprint as what's out there. That way, everything could be reused that the city needs to use. Trying to keep it traditional style to go with, you know, the city of Charlestown, so I've added some arches and stuff in to help with the crosswinds and the supports. There's options for railing. We can put some railing in, especially behind the benches that would be in there. I would recommend going aluminum. That way it's there, you don't have to worry about it.
what would the railings give us exactly? Well, I mean, what's the advantage of that?
So as
This
the-
is ground level, just make sure. I'm-
Ground
Okay,
level.
okay.
When the clover leaf, when you look at the aerial view from the clover leaf, it comes in on the four corners.
Okay,
So your side portions of it would have the railings under it, and your benches would sit in front of it. So, you know, if the benches end up getting run into the ground or they're not, you know, kids climbing over it, flipping the benches over, at least there's a railing there.
okay.
Just a little sidewall support behind the benches. Anything else? I'll answer anything.
So are you completely demoing the existing structure, roof and all?
I would like to completely demo it all, give a complete new structure. That has a metal roof on it now. If we wanna go back with a metal roof, I'll have to contact some suppliers. The rendering is a black onyx shingle that I've put on there. I did a tongue and groove pine. That way you don't have exposed OSB and everything under there.
That metal roof tree, refresh my memory, when was that metal roof put on?
We put it on
It was during your term,
21,
right?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was early, 21,
Yeah.
I think. And it's been damaged a few times.
Yeah,
with-
and we got some life out of it.
Yeah, it's been damaged a few times. We replaced a couple of panels on it, and some of them are still dented from
Yeah.
damage. And what we did find is that it is a little bit complicated to put the lights on the metal roof. They get
Okay.
it done, obviously, but it does present a few extra challenges with putting the lights down the shingles were easier to mount the lights
Yeah.
to.
No, I think, I mean, Charles, is there any disadvantage to having ground level versus the raised stage? I mean,
Not with moving everything to the commons
Right,
area,
right.
because we're gonna fiber optic underneath the road.
Right.
And so it actually, it'll be different, and it'll be a little tough for programming the first year, but after that,
Yeah,
it'll,
how'd you guys handle that? You guys are
Exactly.
experts.
well, thank you.
No, I mean, makes sense to me. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I think it's accessible, like you said, it's gonna be handicap accessible, which is amazing.
That's what I was about to say.
We've never been able to use, you've never been able to use that.
It'll be less maintenance, not having the deck underneath of it. And
I think it'll be good.
Chuck is quiet.
What do you think, Chuck? Come on, buddy, weigh in.
Be quiet.
Okay. We'll leave that.
And there will be the pavilion at the Commons that will
Right.
serve as that larger stage.
Elevated a little bit.
It elevate, yes, it'll be elevated, yes.
And our plan to put, we're discussing putting the pixel boards that you see around it,
Mhm.
those will be on the back part of the stage. So
In the
we'll-
Commons.
In the Commons, yeah, because we'll tie that all in with the rest of Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I do like the ADA compliant, I mean, that's about what I can say.
you're so diplomatic, Chuck, which is not typical of you, so I appreciate that.
I've been very open, I've been very honest, I am, I do know Charlestown's gonna grow, I do know we're doing things, but I don't like to take the things that we have, the nostalgia we already have away. I don't like that. That's my opinion. But, and taking the whole thing down, it was talked about in the beginning to rebuild it. I do appreciate all your work, I will tell you that up front, because coming in and offering to do that's a big deal, it really is. And it means a lot to me, I'll just be honest, it's not you, it's not anything else, it's just the nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been around for a long time, a lot of people, everybody that's ever been to Charlestown, that gazebo was there, you've been on it at some point, you know.
Well, except for handicapped people,
It's-
if they're in a
I
wheelchair.
get that, I get that.
So,
And I do, again, I like that part.
yeah.
I like that part a lot. Will it have a gutter system around it?
If y'all wanted to have a gutter system,
Otherwise, the water's just gonna pour right off the side.
yeah, we can put a
I
gutter
think you have
system
to
on
have a
it.
gutter system, at least 3 downspouts on something like that. Just my opinion.
Good point.
That would probably drive, yeah, it's gonna drive up your cost or drive up resources, because you're gonna have to, you probably have to run that water.
I think you have a little bit more, if you're gonna do this and everybody agrees to
It
it,
needs to drain away from the structure.
Yeah.
I think you've got a little bit more, a lot more room to play, especially with the offer he's making to the city. I think you do have more room to play as far as things that you can do. But I think a gutter system is a must if you're gonna do it, especially being at ground level. If you're not at ground level and you're stepping up, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah, because we get hard rains, yeah, that's not gonna be fun. But I'm not saying that anybody's gonna be playing out in the, singing in the rain maybe, but,
I think being there at ground level and you're gonna make it, compliant, you're gonna put people that may go up in a wheelchair, you don't want sandy water at any point in there. You want it to drain away.
As you can see in the rendering, the post and everything is black. I typically don't leave any wood being exposed for maintenance.
Right.
So that would be wrapped in PVC, either white or black. That way you don't have to maintain it, you don't have to paint it. And then, you know, your fascia board, your gutter board, everything. The only wood that would be exposed is in the ceiling and the beams.
they'd be, yeah.
Can the elevation of the floor surface be set to where it's higher than the surrounding, so that water, make sure the water doesn't?
Was there any kind of slope to it?
So we could start right in the center, and when we do the pavers, we could slope it away 1/4 inch every 10 foot. That way, if there's any rain that blows in, it would blow back, it would flow back out.
Yeah.
Where
Just,
you're talking about where it don't flow in.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that would be minor enough that it wouldn't affect
no,
the use.
yeah, you wouldn't notice it.
That's good, good point. I mean, Chuck, I definitely get your point. I mean, I know that whole center section's been a nostalgia thing for decades, but I don't know that, I think once people get it, they will get it, but it may be a little transition period.
I'll get there. Just gonna give me time. I'll get there.
You have come along since we did the visioning. I mean,
Huh?
I said you have come along since we did the visioning
Mhm.
session. You have.
I'll get there.
You
So,
will.
It ain't gonna be today, but I'll get there.
I mean, I'm just concerned about, so how are you gonna work this out? I mean, obviously, as a contractor, you wanna make some money on this.
So my anticipation financially is 0 financial gain whatsoever. I'm gonna do it for free as far as the labor standpoint goes. Like I said earlier, the material and everything, I'm trying to get it at free or low cost. There won't be no markup from my side on that at all.
I mean, it sounds like a dream, I just, wanna make sure you're not selling yourself short. I mean,
No, as far as time frame goes, 2 to 3 weeks on this, to tear the other one down, reconstruct this one. The only thing that I asked from Treva and Jill was, I'm mainly a residential contractor, I don't do much commercial, so I don't have the means to provide security and safety. So as far as fencing and everything around that area, that would have to be a cost that would be from the city.
What about the dumpsters and disposing of the
All me.
So Jill, what are you looking for tonight from us in terms of this project? Go ahead, Chuck, I'm sorry.
I just wanted, have Benjamin, give him the opportunity to present it to you all. And it was kind of like, what we did, with the signage. It's like, hey, you have consensus to move forward, because there's a lot of details we need to
Yeah.
work out as far as, making sure that even though we're out there doing it, what materials do you need? Is there a cost to some of that? Can you get it all donated or not? There's gonna be a lot of back and forth, plus whatever, the attorneys say we need to have as far as insurance or coverage or waivers in case that fits in. So, we still have more details to work out, but just to get your general consensus. Unless maybe I'm
When
missing
will you
something,
know
that's what we were
whether
looking
you
for.
can get it for the material or not.
So if you all give me the okay that you like the concept, the drawing, then I can put together a takeoff and send over to my suppliers, and then they'll be able to get back with me. PC Lumber's already gave me the okay on the wood for the structure. I'm working with Belgard Pavers for the pavers that's underneath, True Stakes lighting for the low voltage, decks and docks for the pine tongue and groove. So, but I didn't want to go and present it to them and me not have the okay that that's the material we're gonna use.
How do you guys feel about the material? You okay with all that?
I'm okay with all of it, just by one thing.
Yeah.
So are you talking, Jill, bring it back in March and see what you can do by March?
Yes, I'll work with Benjamin and see how long that takes to put together, and if you have the takeoff, I can share it with you all and you can give comments on it between now and then, because I also don't want him to go try to source materials if there's a material in that takeoff that you all don't like.
Yeah, no, that's right. I don't either,
I don't wanna hold you up either, but I also don't want you to go shopping for materials that they're gonna say, no, we don't like
Right,
those.
right, right.
So I think there's gonna be some back and forth and just some consensus on that, yay or nay, we like this, we don't like that.
So you'll be reaching out to us?
Yes.
Maybe in the interim, we won't have to wait till the next meeting necessarily? Okay.
I'm one person, I do like everything that you have there. Again, I like the nostalgia, sooner or later I'll get there, but I like the material, I like the way it looks. The fencing, I mean, I think everything you have there, except for the gutter system, you need to add that. I mean, just in my opinion only, if we're gonna go with that, then I'd say that's about the style. I'd like to keep the same type of style at least
Yeah,
of what we have.
yeah.
And if it's gonna go to the ground, it's gonna go to the ground, but at least the same style we have. I don't wanna change the entire look of the thing, but if we don't change the entire look, I'm on board for what you got.
What is your all's take on the pavers? I have a mixture of gray tones. I walked the surface now that some of the snow's melting. The sidewalks and everything out there have the red tone pavers. Do y'all wanna give it some abstract and go with a gray tone? Like underneath the picnic tables, do you want that to match what's under the gazebo or match what's in the sidewalk?
I have an opinion.
Go ahead.
We're doing a lot of pavers over on the side, right?
Well, I was gonna ask if you want me
We're
to
doing
put him in
pavers
touch
on the
with
side,
them.
we're
Yeah.
doing pavers at the new entrance.
Mhm.
I think we let him talk to Jill, and we stay in the same, if we're going to go with a new look, we don't change that to completely different than what we're going with
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think we
need
stay in the
red.
general idea.
I don't think we need red, do you?
I think the original, the existing is red.
Yeah.
I don't think we need red at all.
Okay, I mean, that's want to make sure we're on the same page.
And I can get him in touch with Taylor Seeker Williams to get him the information that he needs, even if he doesn't use the exact same
At least the
paver,
color
but at
tone.
least the same colors.
Supplier.
Yeah.
That would be
Or
helpful,
your
I'll do
colors.
that.
No, I agree, it's Chuck, that's, yeah.
Yeah, color coordination between this and the commons area, trying to get it all done by Founder's Day, I think would be a good part that it all matches.
For instance, example, we pull the trigger in March, and you're ready to go, when can you have it done by?
My goal is to have it done by Founder's Day. So I would plan on starting that the end of April, beginning of March. obviously weather permitting. I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
If it's monsoon and,
Yeah, that's, yeah. And you only do what you can do. I mean, I like it. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I like
I think definitely moving forward makes sense. Why don't you, Chuck?
Do we need a motion to move forward, or just
I don't think
all
so.
agrees to move forward?
We'll just,
We're telling you, we want you to move forward.
Yeah, I'll just keep working with
I ain't ready for
Benjamin,
that part yet.
and then we'll get the takeoff to you. I'll get you in touch with Taylor Secret Williams Design Group, who will have the information that you need about the pavers that are gonna be all around, as well as possibly that will mingle in with the new signage that we'll talk about here in a minute.
Yeah,
But I'll get them in touch with you, and then once you have what you think you're happy with as far as the takeoff, you can send it to me and I'll get it to them, and we can get feedback on it.
Benjamin, thank you for taking the time
Yeah.
to put all that together and to come here. That takes a lot of work. We appreciate that.
thank you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the next item on the agenda, the Charlestown Gateway signage.
So I received a proposal and submitted it to you in your packet from Taylor Seeker Williams Design Group. I received a call from Amy Williams with her apologies, but when she reviewed that a second time, I had asked them to go ahead and send me an agreement to see if they could get it done, and we could have that before you this evening. She said that they inadvertently, and she'll understand if you all don't want to accept this, had left off the structural engineering fee on that, which was a maximum of $5,000. So,
So 28070.
so 28070 is the actual fee instead of the 23070. And if you agree to do that, that takes care of everything that's necessary besides the construction and the survey. They'll do the design, the preparing the bid documents, and construction administration. If you agree to that, then I'd also ask you to authorize the president to sign that agreement outside of the meeting, once it's been reviewed.
You said the 5,000 was structural engineering.
It's structural engineering, yes.
I
We
mean,
need a motion to,
I make a motion that we move forward with this, even with the addition of the $5,000 to the presentation we were given.
Do you authorize Derek to sign that outside of the meeting?
I make a motion that we approve this moving forward and that we authorize Derek Combs to do the necessary due diligence and signatures.
Thank you.
A second.
motion and a second, any further discussion? None, I'll ask for a vote to approve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you.
Okay.
Next item is Charlestown Public Works, American Structure Point Conceptual Design.
In your packet, there was a proposal from American Structure Point. I'd asked them to update that. The one that they had submitted was actually dated, I don't know which one's in your packet, the February date or the August. The one I had was
August
dated
1st.
Okay, that's what I thought. So the one that I had was dated August 1st. I'll explain what this is about. The city had applied for funding for Charlestown Landing to do Charlestown Landing Road, as well as do some blight elimination, which would be the reworking of the public works facility there. City applied for Ready 2.0 funds, was denied that. In the meantime, River Ridge has agreed to do the road construction and all of that, so the city does not have to do that. They agreed to pay for that, and that's currently under design right now. But the city did apply for funding, and as you may have read in the newspaper, the Congressman Aaron Houchin's office has awarded $4 million to do blight elimination, which is the public works facility. The premise behind that is that that's like the remaining blighted area of the River Ridge complex, and that piece in the city of Charlestown. There's a new, let's say this right, water reclamation plant. There's a new water plant back there. There is a new owner of the property at the corner, who plans to redevelop that. We need to get rid of all the blight.
And that just means you're gonna paint the Quonset huts, right?
I'm sorry?
We're just gonna paint the Quonset huts,
It's
right?
like, yeah, well,
Okay.
sure. For
We don't
$4
want-
million, that's
we don't want-
expensive paint.
We don't wanna lose that
No.
historic component of our,
So, the $4 million that has been awarded is to, look at doing something with that area to enhance public works and eliminate blight. Something else that's been added to it is the ready funds have now been opened up again for reallocation. So the only eligible applicants were those that applied before. So the city just barely missed the cut on that one. We sent in a new we sent in an application for the reallocation, asking for an additional $4 million, explaining that River Ridge is handling the roadway part. This is going to serve as match for the money that the congressman has been able to get, but in order, if we actually receive that, or city receives that, then we have to be ready, and have our ready funds obligated by June of this year, which means we need to move forward and have some concept and budget in place, so that between now and June, we'll be ready to submit that documentation if we're awarded.
can we handle it
Uh,
financially?
Yes.
Okay.
We can do that. The mayor and I had discussion about, I mean, this is a public works project, but redevelopment is well within its rights to do this type of feasibility and planning, and so that's what this is. I'm not sure if redevelopment will handle the grants as they come in. We still don't know which agency is doing the $4 million from Congressman Townsend's office. We don't know if the ready funds are coming.
Yeah, sure.
But regardless, we're going to have to do, the city's gonna have to do some planning about how that can work and what the cost is gonna be. The new version of this, also includes the $8 million, as well as a path forward in case that 8 is cut to 4.
Yeah.
So, I've sent, this is actually in the form of an agreement as well. I sent that to Frost Brown Tide. I just got it last night, so they reviewed it this morning. Construction Point is sending all of that through their legal right now. So if you agree to help by providing this, that's why I put it on this page, so I don't have to look, this maximum of $22,300, then that would cover their fee plus a maximum reimbursable expense of $500. And we can move forward on that piece of it.
And all we're out at this point would be that money we're committing, and if something were to fall through. then-
And honestly, I mean, the $4 million has been committed for all intents and purposes, we just don't have documentation. So something will move forward, we just don't know to what extent.
The money will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know, we've talked, the $4 million is there for sure, it's just the other $4 million for the ready, we're just waiting on that.
But the city does need to move forward regardless on $4 million, but if we don't move forward and we get the extra $4 million, then we'll be behind
Yeah.
already, so.
I'll make a motion, we move forward and help out, and, the 22,300 and the 500, is that right?
The 22,300 is the combination of both, so that's maximum.
Make a motion, we move forward with the 22,300, help out, and get that back whenever we get it.
Will you also ask to have Derek sign that
I'll
outside the
add
meeting?
that Derek can sign whatever he needs to sign for that.
Thank you.
Second, a motion and a second, any further discussion? No, I'll ask for a vote to approve, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you.
And the time frame on that ready money is supposed to be a very quick turnaround and getting a decision as to whether the city's gonna have a chance to get that $4 million. It was supposed to be last week, but then that meeting was canceled due to circumstances outside of anyone's control. And I haven't heard yet if it's been rescheduled, so.
All right, next up is Madison Street Green Alley, a change order.
So, in the walkthrough of this project, it was brought to everyone's attention that there's a very tight turnaround there. I don't know if you all have ever driven it, but you should. And that the curb came out and it was very hard to maneuver around it. So, went ahead and I asked the HMV to see if they'll talk with Libs Paving, who's the contractor, see if they could come up with a solution to fix that. That solution is an increase on the contract of $6,500. You can see in what I presented, there's a picture of what that's gonna do. I drove it again today, and I think there will be an issue if it isn't fixed, and people cut that and pop their tires and who knows what else, even though they shouldn't, they will. So, this project was well under budget when we bid it, so there definitely is the money to pay for that.
I make a motion we approve this change order.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, any further discussion? No, I'll ask for a vote to approve, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is the Shadow Lake lighting agreement and invoice.
So, we've been working on the Shadow Lake lighting agreement probably since last summer, early fall. There was a form that I think was presented to everyone a while back. And there was also an agreement that Redevelopment would come up with an amount around $150,000 or something like that. In working through that further and sitting down with REMC, that cost came in much less than that. And that surprised me, so I did some checking. Now I'm looking at $61,533, which was a little less than, 2/3 of whatever the cost was. The changes don't affect anything, the lighting plan is still the same. If Derek wants to explain the electricity part of that and what changed, he can, but we're still getting what we need out there for a much cheaper price. The REMC has billed the Redevelopment Commission the $61,533. And what I'm asking tonight is if you would approve the payment of that invoice to the REMC once this agreement has been fully executed.
Well, my understanding is that you just kicked in the 80,000 to make it 150, right? That's what I heard anyway.
I read it on.
Kicked in $120,000.
No, that's great.
Now, there was some material that we were able to eliminate and redesign and do some things different to
That's
save
great.
some cost. And one thing I did want to point out, I don't know, Charles, can you put up the sketch or?
Oh, he probably doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Hang on one second.
Different.
Yeah, this is actually our job for construction.
Gotcha.
That print that was sent
Yeah.
a while ago, it's changed slightly.
Okay.
Okay,
And the guys that designed that told me this morning, they wanted me to point this out.
Okay.
In front of the roundabout, the future roundabout over on Jackson, we stopped about 2 lights short of that because we didn't want to get into that footprint of the roundabout. Because those eventually may have to be relocated or changed, so we did
That's
not.
over here.
Yep.
That's an easy tie-in later.
It's an easy tie later, yeah, we'll just extend onto it, and then over in front of Christianity's office, I think the original print that was shown going on down past his office toward, in front of the warehouse.
in front of the shop, yes.
We're stopping at the, there's like a crosswalk there to go to the lake, we're stopping there. There's no infrastructure down further on the end of that cul-de-sac. If it's determined later on, at a later date, those can be added.
And that will be a cost for us?
At an additional cost. Yeah.
Okay, so we should at least put that in our minds.
Yeah.
It's still an easy tie, right?
Yeah, there'll be eventually infrastructure.
We're not gonna cap it off at the one and say, okay, well, that's it, we can't tie onto it, but we can later, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want a motion to approve the payment once executed, right?
Correct, and I talked to the clerk treasurer's office about that, and they're okay with that, we just need to let them know when it's good to release it. They'll pay it, and then it'll show up on the next claims docket. I have a question though first. If this has changed, I don't know if I want you all to sign this agreement until we have the right,
Schematic.
the right
Go ahead.
exhibit, which is fine. I mean, there have to be several signatures. That's the first thing. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it needs to have.
Okay, we need to have the right
Just do
ones.
it, approve it.
And all of the things that you talked about, I'm assuming that Josh Brewer knows, he was the one who was negotiating with that on behalf of the owner
Sure, I
association.
wasn't
Okay.
in those conversations.
I will verify that, but I would ask that you go ahead and approve the payment of that invoice upon this agreement being fully
And
executed.
that's with whose signature? Do we all have
Well,
to come
this,
back
well, you're
together
not
and
gonna
do it?
sign this, so,
So you're gonna approve it to be signed outside the meeting then?
well, we can, I guess.
Or we can have, I mean, should we have another session to try to, are we gonna have a time, is it gonna cause time problems, I guess is my question. If we have to wait a whole nother month before we do the rest of it.
Can't pay until they sign it.
So what you're sorry.
That's okay.
It could, that's why I wanted to make sure that the invoice was ready, but
Yeah.
now since we have to do this, if we can do it outside of a meeting, then maybe we just go ahead and do that, and have redevelopment sign it outside of the meeting, it still has to be,
Pending on the new.
yes.
Who's gonna approve the difference in the?
Yeah.
That's, I don't know how
That's what-
significant this is.
I need to verify with the Shadow Lake Owners Association that they understand the changes that have been made. Because the way it was presented to me is the lighting plan is the same, it was just the elimination of, like you said, some of the boxes
There
and
was gonna
different
be, there was
things.
gonna be some, they call them handhold boxes for
Yes.
making connections into the poles. We were able to eliminate that and get some connections.
So I want to verify with the Shadow Lake Owners Association that they understand that that exhibit has changed.
So we need to make a motion, once you verify, the payment can go through.
Or should we just wait and you call a meeting and we come?
We can just wait until March to do the payment,
Okay.
because the materials aren't
The
going to be in
material's
until the
not
end of
gonna be in
March.
until the end of March.
Okay,
So
let's
that's gonna be a
just
whole
split
lot
this
easier, 'cause
all
I'm really
up.
confused with
Yes.
what I'm making the motion on.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
no, good for you guys.
Thank you for
That's-
bringing that up, Derek,
Yes, thank
and
you.
we will, I will not have you act on anything, not ask you to act on anything regarding that, and we'll bring it up at the next meeting. Okay. Just a reminder for everyone, when we do this agreement, I would, say that the vice president will sign that, just so that Derek's
Is
not
there
signing
issues?
something, yes.
Okay. All right, does that conclude the lighting agreement?
Yes.
All right. Moving on to the Southern Indiana Summer Works intern program.
I know the commission has participated, city has participated the last several years. The commission has set aside, at least last year and possibly the year before, $5,000 to cover that. Mayor, how many employees, or how many interns or participants has the city used? Sorry, I didn't realize you had just. So anyway, I don't have an agreement. I just want your blessing to move forward for when the agreement comes, because there's summer employees.
12.
12, there we
Same
go.
every year.
Well, we can add, but I think the most we had, I think last year we had about 12 that worked, and they spread across from parks to maintenance to. we
That's
even had-
5,000 per.
Wastewater, you had somebody.
No,
in wastewater,
it's
didn't you?
5, what we do is we don't have to give into the system to have to hire them, but we tend to give into the system because we get so much more value out of it. We give 5,000, we get 12, or however many workers we need. Some of them are even in wastewater. And we don't pay them, the Summer Works program pays
You just give
them.
them 5,000.
We just donate 5,000 from redevelopment towards the Summer Works program because it's workforce
And
development.
this is 30 year, right?
Yes.
I make a motion, we keep going. Give them 5,000.
Motion and second.
A second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Ask for a vote to approve.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
We gotta give the mayor some more time to eat.
Any further discussion, new discussions tonight?
Well, I just want to say, Jill, appreciate you. I've been to some meetings where there's not much preparation, even recently, and to be able to come in here and know what we're gonna talk about, understand the details, and that's amazing, and it's a game changer. We don't feel ignorant when we come in here. We don't feel like we're making decisions without having that pre-knowledge, and I gotta tell you, that's important, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you all for being so responsive. That helps a whole lot, and for participating, so.
And y'all note for the official minutes that this meeting was live streamed by Underproduction Multimedia.
Yes. This
Thank
meeting
you,
is
Underproduction.
streamed by Underproduction Multimedia. Sorry, Charles.
And saying that, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Please sign the claims register before you run away.
Oh, yeah.
And-
All right.